Already know the context of this. So, welcome. I'm Latanya Taylor, affectionately known as the Rev Coach, the Juicy Spirit Mama, the priestess of purpose, pleasure, and passion. And tonight, we're going to continue our meditation series. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm in the right rooms. Yep. Okay. I'm in the right rooms. Okay. So, just so you know the context, today we started a conversation. Let me just let my hair down. We started a conversation. I started a conversation. I shared about having eye surgery 1 week ago, and it really wasn't planned to, that visioning and vision casting. Now, let me tell you what you need tonight, because we're getting ready. This is Wholeness Week. We are repurposing what is known as Holy Week for our wholeness. And I don't know about you, but I feel like something's blooming. And we've been saying, it's me. I'm blooming, you blooming. I feel like something's blooming. So what you'll need tonight is an egg. You'll need an egg. Okay. So that we can do this, go into the context of things, right? Now, I decided to go on. I said that I was not going to broadcast on my main page, but the way this algorithm works, I'm going to play the game. So I do want to invite you to share. And I thought about talking about vision today, and the whole concept, the idea of being seen and seeing, having clear sight. And each day this week, every meditation has been intentional. On the full moon, we cleared. We made room. On yesterday, we went in a little deeper, right? And today we're taking it into filter. Now, yesterday, let me just be clear. I used the analogy of capacity and the gallon, right? And in being enough. So we went from clearing, making room, and looking at being enough. And now we're looking at vision. Now, during this season is available to anyone, male or female. However, I've been intentional over the years to nourish the divine feminine. Now, you've been seeing me this week makeup free, clean face, because I had eye surgery a week ago. And today I've been super emotional because I didn't fully process. I have been so full of projects and giving birth to different things. And so as I was actually processing dead 1 week ago, I had eye surgery. And this is what I said when I shared about the eye surgery, is that the surgery was shorter than the process. So when we talk about vision today and vision manifesting or vision casting, it is important that we're clear. And so the surgery really taught me some things. Like, really technically, I shouldn't have these highlights on right now, right? You can see me squinting a little bit because I've been working so much. But one of the things that when I thought about the surgery was shorter than the process of getting there. So let me recap what I shared from my heart in Rebirth Woman really quickly. First of all, I've been aware because I've been wearing glasses since I was in 3rd grade. I was telling my husband today, as I was processing, even after I went live in the tribe, I was processing. I was like, I cannot explain to someone who has had clear vision or sight, 20/20 vision, only if you wear glasses and had the degree of not seeing certain things, needing assistance. I said I could really see how this really could be declared a disability, because now that I can see, even though I had visual assistance, there was something that happened in the mind-body connection. So there's a mind and body connection where when something is missing, another sense compensates. And when we talked about being enough and having enough, we talked about compensation and undercompensation. Well, let's build even on that, because there were things that you do to compensate sometimes when you can't see, like squinting. And there's a routine. Like after even I had the surgery, I got up the next morning to go put in my contacts. Habit. And I heard Spirit say, we're creatures of habit. So a lot of our thoughts and the ways of being, we are habitual in how we think. And so now when you have something corrected, you just, it's almost like those who have had weight loss surgery. If you know anything about people who've had weight loss surgery, right? Even though they have a new body, the old mind or the trauma or the habit that caused the weight is still there. So when I had this surgery, I didn't know it would be so easy. I told myself things in all these years. One, when it first came available, I said it probably costs too much. How many of you count yourself out of your own vision because you don't think that you can afford even yourself? You can't afford to invest in yourself. You can't afford to grow in friendship and in relationship. You can't afford. So whatever the mind in terms of not being able to afford something, this is what eye surgery taught me. I don't know. Somebody else out there who had LASIK or had any type of corrective surgery, you may see something else. And so then I thought about, wow, even when it became available, when I had health insurance, when I had access to it, I didn't even pursue it. You know, like when you accept the limitations that you either inherit, sometimes they're unconscious, right? And then there was the fear factor. I didn't talk about this earlier. The fear factor of when, you know, somebody going into your eye and, you know, that type of thing. We all consider those things, right? And so when I thought about how long, even when you have a disability or something that you experience that people cannot see and understand, how easy it is to begin the process of suffering in silence. And so when you're looking at your vision, when you're casting your vision, and I do want you to have your eggs. So this is time, this setup, this context that I'm giving. And isn't it perfect for Easter? Giving the egg a new meaning, a new experience, right? Is literally, I want you to go get an egg if you want to participate in the meditation. That's the part of the meditation that we're going to do today. And so when I thought about it, I was like, wow. I was thinking about even clear vision on a metaphysical level, being able to see myself, to be able to see things, like things have been coming so clear before now. I've always been a visionary. You know, being a visionary, sometimes you can see things that other people cannot see. Some people say be ahead of your time. Sometimes you can see something. Oh, really? Are you going through this now? Wow, look at that. I want you to please tell me if you feel the same connection after the process. And so there were things that I had to do. You know, 1 week ago, 1 week, I was so glad. First, I had to have medicine. So after you get the correction, after your vision is corrected, after your vision is clear, a lot of us feel like, okay, now I can see what I want. I know what I want now, but we don't understand that even in the process, there's still a process, because in the recovery period, there's 2 stages. There were things that I had to do in every 3 days. There were things that I had to do in the 7 days, and then there's things I have to do in 3 months. That's the recovery period. One of them requires me to be gentle with the exposure to the light. Can't make this stuff up. Resting my eyes, staying lubricated. All the juicy butterflies will really like this. All of the sensuality sisters, you'll like this. My eyes need to stay lubricated. So when we this evening, when you think about your vision, when you think about your season, when you think about even getting clear vision, how many of you have ever done an exercise to clear every now and then to clear your vision? So because I said to the sisters in my tribe, I have been grieving the person that waited, the person who counted myself out. I didn't recognize that because I was just processing this all week. I only spoke of it today. Ironically, we're doing vision because in this fertile ground, the history and the context of this season is much like Aphrodite or Shun. It is the season like when a woman is ovulating. You know, when we start talking about fertility in full bloom, we're not just talking about the outside. We're talking about how are you blooming inside and what's stopping you, because what's in your soil, what the conversations that I had that stopped me from correcting my vision earlier was in my soil. You have to do things to clean your soil, or you just carry on the generational patterns. You can have a vision, you can materialize money, you can be a superstar, you can do all of that and continue the pathology. So if you want to do this meditation, I want you to get the egg. Okay? I'm not going to be long tonight. Yes, your eyes need lubrication. Yes, you got it. How many of you all got that? Your eyes need lubrication. Our vision needs lubrication. And sometimes we take our vision for granted. We take it for granted and then get pissed off that other people don't know that you cannot see certain things, even though you can see something else bigger. So some of us are naturally born to focus on the details. Others of us can focus on the bigger picture. It doesn't mean that anyone is less than you or that type of thing, but let's talk about the gift of sight, the gift of vision. How can you lead your family? How can you create the desires of your heart when they're so up there, like they're such broad strokes? You know, when you ask people, what do you want? If I were to ask you tonight, what do you want? What do you really desire? Do you desire the thing, or do you desire the thing, the experience that the thing is going to give you? I'll give you an example. Some of you will probably are putting in the chat, you want a husband, you want a relationship. How many of you, I want a new car. I want to be on, it used to be everybody wanted to be on Oprah. You know, so what we do is we look at what we see someone else has that is a measurement of success, instead of asking, but what was I born for? Oh yeah, vision shifts when you get into what's my purpose. When you can get into alignment with your divine assignment, so that we don't have to stay too long in imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. Even the most successful people can have imposter syndrome. So so you need clear vision. You need to be able to see yourself. Even when you see the thing that you want on the outside, can you see what you really desire and what you need to shift on the inside in order for to manifest easier? Because many of us know how to hustle. Many of us, oh, hey, my sisters, many of us know how to hustle. So when we talk about what is required for the next step, so let's get ready for this meditation. Okay, I just want to give context because we love to run in and out of affirmations, and we love to do what y'all call witchy things. We love to know, how can I bypass this thing? And so now what I'm saying is vision. And so what this eye surgery, I told my husband, I said, I see, and he was the one. Let me say this too. This is why we have to be around people who can see us when we cannot see ourselves. Because he told me a long time ago, he said, why don't you look into it? I had canceled myself out. I canceled the possibility out. And I said, boy, but what I see now is the way I'm seeing, and even my spiritual gift of sight that I had hidden. And I had been coming into less apology for the spiritual gifts and less apology for certain things about me, and no longer suffocating by choking back who I am. Because let me tell you, this is good for somebody. I want you to hear this. I was afraid that who I was would make people too uncomfortable. Oh, this came through the surgery. But it was already in process before. And what I'm saying is, I said to him, I said, what I do is I would remove myself from the equation, because I couldn't see what they saw, and I certainly didn't see myself in the flawed state, totally flawed. And I didn't see what I was bumping into. I couldn't see what I was bumping into. Sometimes when you are a visionary and you can see so big, that it's easy to stumble over things in yourself, though. This might be too deep for people who just want airy fairy love and light, and don't understand that in order for you to be in love and light, you have to be it by entering into the shadows and finding refuge there. Not to stay there, but to make peace with the parts of yourself that get in your way, that sabotage your vision. So we always have to make room, in that way. So get your egg. Everybody got your egg? Put in the comments. In the comments. Let me know you got your egg. And I need to turn down these lights for real again, because even though I just want to be in a space as well, to not just hold the space, but also to experience it with you. So what I want to do now, I want you to clear everything off of your lap. Good. You got your eggs. All right. Good. Got your eggs. Good. So you all remember that. Good. I see you. I see you. So I'm gonna DJ a little bit here. Let's make sure that everything is working. Remember, we released 2 days ago. I want you to do this for your sight. Oh, you got a blunt? Okay, a blunt will work, but it might burn your eyes. Okay, so take a breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. I want you to put the egg in your left hand. Put your egg in your left hand. Now don't look at the camera anymore. You remember those things that we talked about yesterday? And if you weren't with us on yesterday, bring to your mind's eye. Before you reimagine, release some of the things that no longer serve you. To see, to say, and even things that have been spoken about you that are no longer true for you in this season. I want you to take the egg and bring it to your third eye. Third eye. And let the mantra of the song move you. Move the egg into an 8 pattern, or up around your brows, under the eyes, back over the other brow, and under the eye. Now take the egg, rest it on your nose, and just rub it across your eyes. And if you're not doing it perfectly, that's okay. Give yourself permission to clear away the scales from your eyes about yourself, the way you see yourself, the way others have seen you, the limitations that your mouth may speak, but your eyes, your vision desires to another experience. Release the lies that you tell, that you're okay when you're not. Release the envy and jealousy when you look at someone else having what you desire. Clean it off your sight. Oh my goodness. Now, if this is a little hokey for you, that's okay. Now I want you to move the egg into your right hand. Now I want you to take this egg and just sit it to the side. I'm going to give you instructions for what you're going to do with the egg after this meditation. Now stay right there. Don't rush. Don't rush to open your eyes, because what I want you to do now is to give yourself permission to reimagine yourself, the desires of your heart. Give yourself permission to see yourself being what you desire to have. We talked about beingness yesterday. So if you want wealth, see yourself wealthy. What does that look like and feel like? And so now I want you to see, if you want love, what does that look like? Reimagine. Reach deeply. I am connected to the core of me. Now breathe in again. Find the natural rhythm of your breath. See the places in your heart where you've hidden words about yourself, about others. Reimagine. Where there were weeds, see the garden of people who love you, even if you can't see their faces. See your body, the places in your body that you have criticized. See yourself dripping with honey even in that area. Fill yourself up with that love. See it. Reimagine it. See the body size you desire, but love the body size that you are. We're talking about wholeness. We're talking about wholeness. See your relationships healed. See, feel, and imagine, and then reimagine that even the traumas are opportunities. See what the opportunity is for you in this moment. See the purpose of your pain. But most of all, give yourself permission for pleasure, for good health. See yourself healthy. See your lungs healthy. See a covering over you as you move into the world, as the world opens. Make sure you're not closed. See yourself in places that you thought were never accessible to you. See it. What does it feel like? As you feel it, reach deeply. I am connected to the core of me. Reimagine yourself. And I'll be quiet for a moment. Reach deeply. I am connected to the core of me. My root, reach deeply, reach deeply. Take a breath in through your nose. Hold it, and drop it. In through your nose. Hold it, and drop it. I am connected to the core. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Find the natural rhythm of your breath. It feels like something's blooming. It's me, or it's you. When you're ready, begin to just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move in your seat. And then you can open your eyes when you're ready. Whew. Okay, here we are. All right now. So how was that? Talk back to me. What did you see? What did you feel? What did you see? What did you feel? Are you there? Oh, it's me. You got that part, right? It's me. I feel like something's blooming. It's me. So those of you who did, while you're answering and coming back into this space, what you do is you can clean yourself, the rest of yourself around your head, if you want. Or you could just use your eyes and let your eyes be for this particular meditation. And then you go and you throw this in the crossroads. You can throw this in a crossroad, but not one that you frequent that much. Not one. Oh, good. My sister says she felt peaceful release. She says, I saw myself being, doing, and having my heart's desires. Good. You know, if we did this more, if we did this regularly in season, many of us have been so programmed not to really have a practice other than going to church and not knowing how to be the church. So you take this and throw this in the crossroads. So I hope you'll have a whole new relationship with eggs. There's some other things you can do as well with that. But I want to close up real quick here. I want to say, when I was telling you that there were some things that I could see clearly, I told my husband, I said, I'm in the equation. I can see clearly now, and I'm in the equation. Put yourself in the equation. That means you are mathematics. Mathematics is spirituality, and spirituality is mathematics. What crossroad? Good question. Good. So go to like an intersection, a four-way intersection, and just you release it. and you just say, I release thee. I release all that I cleaned away from me. And so and you don't want it to be one that you go in all the time. So find an intersection that you don't travel that often, or you won't travel, let's say, for the next 30 days or so. That might be difficult, but if not, don't make it too technical. So what I want to say is, though, putting yourself in the equation, because when you do math, when you go to have your vision tested, they are using different equations to see mathematically what the measurement is of your eye, what distance you can see and what distance you can't see. And sometimes when you can't see yourself, you take yourself out of the equation and call it self-care, call it taking care of your space, when it really is just a spiritual bypass to shut down because you can't see. It's good to have somebody around you who can see abundance when you see limitation and lack. And so my husband told me that. And then when I was processing and grieving the part of me that waited so long, that had access to it, and how I had access to other things in my life, he said, don't spend too much time grieving it. He said, celebrate the fact that you can see. And I was like, you're so right. And I was like, wow, but now I'm seeing all the things I couldn't see. And now I'm also seeing some other things. And so when it comes to removing yourself from the equation, honey, be in the equation. And whoever is uncomfortable because of your presence, don't be so quick to remove yourself from the equation of the vision that you hold for yourself, for your family. Sometimes when you have awakened, when you're the awakened one, it's easy because they can be so negative. It's so easy when you are the one that's doing the spiritual work and you can see things that other people cannot see. It's so easy to just shut down on them. But what if you showed up in your full presence? What if you showed up in your wholeness? What if you showed up in body? Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have to have boundaries. But what if the places that you didn't have to leave, the places, the people that you didn't have to shut down on, if you could see it differently? I see my father differently. And I started this journey through healing my heart, the little girl's broken heart. The way that I started this journey 20 years ago, and I saw my father, and my broken heart is not how I saw my father by the time he left this planet because of this work. I see my mother differently. I see my wealth differently because it's all around me. But am I saying yes to my wealth, to myself as wealth at times, to opportunities, to see and be in the energy that I want to see more of? So this is really just an invitation. What do you want to see more of? Join us on Friday night for Something's Blooming, the spring revival from 7 women with 7 words who are absolutely free and expressing themselves in the marketplace. A lot of people think that when you leave the church or you leave one particular ministry, or that now you don't have a place for your voice, for your healing. And that's not true. That it can, your ministry in the marketplace, some of you are calling yourselves business people, but what you're doing is you have a nonprofit mind. That's another topic, but come, because sometimes awakened women just need to hear and see and feel what freedom looks like through your sisters. So come to this and be revived. Remixed Resurrection. Tomorrow I wanted to get this done in the month of March. You know, I've been saying that the month of March, what you do in March is what you will manifest for the next 9 months. So those of you who have been hanging in here, who've been tapping in and tuning in, congratulations to you, my loves. And so the link is above here. I think I will add the link to this live And if you have any questions, so let me just go through your comments, because you said some of you are talking to me. Once my sister says, I felt the tension initially, but as I released myself, I began to see freedom and I feel light. Very good. Waterworks came. Good. Tears are okay. Women, it's okay for you to feel emotion. They just remember, they are water to your womb. That's the juicy part. So you, every now and then, you need a purposeful cry, a release. Very good. My eyes were releasing water too, all day today before I. Oh, good. My sister Dana, Minister Dana, you'll hear from. She says that her body began to vibrate. Michelle says, yes, I saw light and myself laughing. I need this more. I saw myself letting go of bad vision, internal. It also made me question why I couldn't see some things that my heart truly desires. Wow, that's big. To me, that really, if nobody else gets something, the fact that you did, my sister, I'm so grateful that you got that. If you're not in Rebirth Woman, coming, because these women are rebirthing all over the place. Antoinette says, she got, don't be so quick to remove yourself from the equation of your vision. Good. So she said, am I saying yes? Yes. Some of you all say you want something, but your actions say no. You don't align with the vision. You just have the vision, but your vision doesn't have you. Ooh, I'm gonna leave on that note. You have the vision, but your vision doesn't have you. What do I mean by that? You're not all in. Anything takes you out. Any worry, any distraction, somebody can piss you off, and you will abandon your vision. Because, and if you don't have a vision, if your vision is cloudy, then that means that anything can stick to you. Anything can stick when you don't know who you are. You can't see yourself. Thank you. These comments, look, I said I was going to hush. My sister Monique says, even when I shut down, I see things much differently than I did years ago. I can't unsee what I now know about myself and all that is around me. Ooh, y'all are, come on now, deposit in here. Marie says, you were speaking to me like you know me, sis. Waterworks too. Oh my goodness. I'm all up in your video, Marie. Thank you so much for sharing. You all are good over there on IG? Did you do the meditation with us? No, you didn't? Okay, catch the replay. Remember, the replays are going to be in the new co-ed community, Rebirth Exclusive. Rebirth Exclusive is where we're talking and putting ourselves in position to prosper, to build legacies, to be free. What does freedom look like for us, particularly in a world post-COVID? All of these things. What investments do we need to make when the dollar is getting ready to? So those are conversations we need to have in spaces that are not controlled on these platforms. And on that note, make sure that you join us on Friday. Just put a flower bloom in the comments if you're joining us on Friday at 1 o'clock. Thank you all for hanging in there on IG. Good. Well, let me know. Send me a DM on your experience. And if you're learning how to meditate, it's okay. My sister Brittany says, this was incredible. This morning you planted the seeds, and my tears during the meditation watered them. Yeah, I was just pouring out earlier in Rebirth Woman. I'm about to take that video down, actually. It was transparent, but I'm taking it down. All right. I love you all here on IG. I look forward to connecting with you. All right. Okay, my loves. Good. I'll see you on Friday at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm going to take a beat so that I can just, we did the month of March. We closed out this month of March. But if I do anything, it will be here in Rebirth Woman, and you'll see me post it. Okay. But I'm just going to take a beat a little bit so I can get in position and pour out to you on Friday. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you for joining me. Have a good evening.